All right. Hey, friends. Okay, so I am hoping that this is going to work the way that I want it to. But I wanted to kind of use today as, I guess, a little bit of like practice. So with our Monday nights turning into more of like a guest event than really like a meeting. I wanted to make sure that I still gave space for a meeting. So announcements, recognition, and then I also want to make sure that y'all get a little bit of training every week. And so what I'm going to do from here on out is on Mondays, I'm going to do it at 3 o'clock and it's going to be live. But it'll be a live link like this. This one is not live. This is pre-recorded because I needed to practice and figure this out. And I also wasn't sure that I would have it all figured out by 3 o'clock today. I did, but I just wasn't sure that I would. So I didn't plan to do it live for y'all, and I didn't announce it live and all of that. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to pre-record it today, see how it goes, make sure I have all the technology pieces figured out. And then my car just cut off. If I sit in my car too long, it'll like cut off. And then I am going to, make sure that y'all have all of the right information so it's not confusing and all of that. So anyways, what we're going to do today is I'm going to go through some announcements with y'all. I'm going to do the recognition for the week, and then we're going to do some training as well. So first things first, I wanted to go through announcements. So my tire pressure is low, so it's stinging at me. Okay, so I'm going to go through announcements first. So y'all should be able to see these announcements on your screen. So first things first is that $100 cash giveaway. I love that we have the opportunity to do this. So y'all please take advantage of it. Every single month you can enter your people to win $100 cash. So when they do a facial, they get an entry. When they host a party, they get an entry. A career chat is an entry. And if they become a beauty consultant, that's another entry. You can give, like, one person could get 4 entries. And then if your person wins, you also win. So your person wins $100, you win 50. So I think that's a really great thing to promote and put out there. Use it as a booking tool. Hey, we're giving away $100. Would love to be able to enter you. This is how you can get entered, and go ahead and get them booked. Okay. The next thing that I want to share with y'all, and I know this is like weird and I'm trying to make it big and all the things, but this is our February calendar. So the first thing on here that y'all are going to notice that is like today is our normal Monday nights. So guest event tonight, guest event next week on Monday, 6 o'clock, always. And then on Wednesday of this week, we have a guest event at Think Pink Studio in Anderson. If you have guests coming to that, please let me know, so that I can make sure that I get y'all written down on my end and all of that good stuff. And you can use the link on our website to register your guests. So just make sure that y'all are doing that, because that's the easiest way for me to pull. If y'all just text me and tell me, then I have no way of like keeping everything straight. So if y'all can just put everything on that one link, that makes my life so much easier, and I so appreciate it. Okay. The next thing is tomorrow, if you did the preferred customer program last quarter where you sent catalogs to your customers, or you were a star consultant last quarter, you are going to get to order the spring products early tomorrow. So that's really exciting. If you did not do either of those things, so if you were not a preferred customer, or if you did not participate in the preferred customer program, or you were not a star last quarter, then you can order on the 15th. Okay. All right, the next thing is I am out of office the 17th through the 24th. Me and my mom are actually going to Italy. So I'll be out of the country for a week. So that's the 17th through the 24th. So on the 23rd, there will be no meeting. So just be aware of that. We will not be at La Mesa Greenwood on that night. And then We also have a guest event at Think Pink Studio in Anderson on the 26th at 6. And that is everything for that calendar. Okay. Now let's move on to the next thing. Okay. So this coming Friday, the 13th, at Think Pink in Anderson, I am doing a Galentine's Glam party for y'all. This is your glam training that y'all have been asking me for, okay? So this is where you're going to get to come and you are going to get to participate in the glamour training. So you're going to get to come and sit with your own tray, your own mirror, and do your own face. I'm going to teach you how to do your own face, and then you're going to learn how to do it with your own people. So you do not have to have me whenever you're doing your glam appointments. You can do them on your own because you'll know how and you'll be fully equipped. So this is this coming Friday, the 13th at 10 in the morning. Okay. Now I know that is not super convenient for every single person because it is on a Friday at 10 o'clock. I know some of y'all have to work and things like that, but if you can come, we would love to have you. If you can't, it will be recorded. All right. Okay. Next thing, pre-power achiever or pre-rise achiever. So whenever you complete your $300 wholesale by the 15th, or you sign one new team member by the 15th, you get to participate in this training with National Sales Director Julia Burnett. And it's really cool because Holly was telling us, she's like, y'all, she does not say yes to doing trainings very often. Julia does not, because she lives a very, very, very busy life and she's very strict about her work time and all of that. So for her to say yes to doing this training for our area is a really big deal. She's one of the top nationals in our company, and she's phenomenal. Y'all will love her. So make sure that you are tracking that, get that done. 300 wholesaler, one new team member by the 15th. Okay. Wholesale challenge. So y'all, this is just your wholesale prices that we do every single month. There's something different for every level. So 300 wholesale is the cosmetic tube squeezers. The 600 wholesale is the little bee charms for the earrings. The 1200 wholesale is an eye mask. 1800 wholesale is that cosmetic case. And then 2400 wholesale is the bag. And you get all of the prizes above that as well. All right, let's see. Now, here's the other thing. This is what the company is doing. So the company is really wanting us to track 600 wholesale months. So what that means is 600 wholesale in between the first of the month and the end of the month. So if you complete 4 months of the 600 wholesale, you get standing recognition at seminar. If you complete 5, you're going to get a sash to wear at seminar, and you're going to get the standing recognition at seminar. And then if you complete all 6, you're going to get a different sash. You're going to get the bag and the standing recognition at seminar. So this is really, really awesome and so beautiful. So I absolutely love this bag. I think it's so pretty. In person, it looks so different than it does in the picture. If you haven't seen the video that I took of it at seminar, y'all have to, or at leadership, y'all have to let me know because I can show it to you. The pictures never do anything justice. Okay. And that's all for those announcements. Now, the other thing that I wanted to share with y'all is we are also doing career conference. That registration is open now. So if you're planning to go to career conference, go ahead and get yourself registered. Y'all, it is going to be so fun in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I love Chattanooga. It's one of my favorite places. Y'all are going to love it, love it, love it. It's just a Friday night and Saturday. Chattanooga is not very far from here. So if you're local to me, it's only about 4 hours. Okay. It is not bad at all. A lot of people think it's so far away, and it's really not. So I would love it if we would have at least 5 or 6 people go. That would be so fantastic. So, make sure that y'all get registered if you're planning to go. It is March 27th and 28th in Chattanooga, Tennessee. If several of y'all go, you can all room together, and you can split the cost of the hotel, and I can let y'all know which hotel we're all going to stay at, so we're all kind of in the same area as well. Okay. Pre-Power Up Glam Friday, Rise and Radiate, Career Conference. Okay, now here is what I want to explain in depth with you guys. So on Mondays, I am going to be doing the live video at 3 o'clock on Mondays. I already said that. Recognition, announcements, training. Every Monday, 3 o'clock live. Okay. It'll be a live video like this. The reason that I'm not doing it on Facebook is I am getting rid of Facebook for myself. I just am tired of social media personally. And it's just kind of a personal thing that I'm doing. So I am not on social media. There will still be a Facebook group for our unit, and that will still be available for Christine will be posting recognition in there and things like that. But just so that y'all are aware, I will not be on social media after probably this week. I do plan on posting some pictures from Italy probably. I don't even know that I'll do that, but I might. But anyway, so just so y'all know, like starting definitely in March, I won't be on social media, and the Facebook group will still be there, but I will personally not be posting on it. So with that being said, the Facebook or the videos will be like this. They will still be live. You can still watch them live, or you can watch the playback. And then also there will be, sorry, y'all, I'm hot. I gotta get some air flowing up in here. Hold on. Okay, that's better. Okay, here's the other thing. Starting in March, we are going to change up the way that y'all are paying for events a little differently. So I have never really loved having to charge $10 per meeting. Okay, I've never loved doing that because I think $10 is kind of pricey, but I will tell y'all, just complete transparency, I have been paying a lot to use the spaces that we've been using. And so it is it's just I had to charge what I charged because I had to be able to break even a little bit. I mean, I'm not breaking even, but I had to be able to help out the cost a little bit. Okay, to be able to justify using the spaces, I had to be able to help the cost. So that is going to change a little bit going forward. Number one, because I was able to get a discount, not a discount, but I was able to kind of negotiate with the girls in Greenwood to be able to get my costs lower there. And then also because I want to make it fair to you guys, and I want to make it easy for y'all to do what you need to do. I want to make it easy for us to track all of that. So here's what we're going to do. If you are planning to come to like one event, okay, so let's say you come to one Monday night, it's $5. Okay, that is going to help cover the cost of the space. That helps me cover refreshments. That helps me cover anything that I'm providing. That helps me cover that. Okay, so $5 if you're just coming for one event. Okay, now here's the cool part. You can purchase a pass for the month. At the beginning of every month, you can purchase just like a pass for every event for $20. Okay. So like this month, for instance, we have 6 events offered. Okay. So that would be, if you paid $5 at every event, that would be $30, right? But you can buy a pass for $20. And that's Greenwood, Anderson, any event you want to attend, you can buy a $20 pass. Okay. Now, let's say you're only doing Greenwood. So you're only in Greenwood. You're not going to utilize the Anderson events, right? And you're only going to be able to come to 2 of them. Well, then if you're only doing 2 events, you just pay $5 at each event. It's cheaper than the 20. Does that make sense? So just be strategic about it and look at your month ahead of time and say, okay, I'll plan to go to this event, this event, this event, and this event. So it makes sense for me to pay the 20. If you know that you're not going to be able to come to more than 4 events, it just makes sense just to pay the $5 every time. Okay. Now, if you have one person at every event, and that person is purchasing, a lipstick, you've paid you've paid yourself back. You see what I'm saying? But I just want y'all to, I wanted it to be fair to y'all, but I also needed to look out for my own budget, but I also wanted to be fair to y'all. And so that was kind of something that Holly and I talked through and came up with. And it to us, it made a lot of sense, and it helped it helped my brain, and I hope that y'all like it better too. Okay. Now, let's move on to recognition really quick. All right. Let's see if it'll let me. Oh, wait a second. I can't do that. All right. I'm excited about our recognition. I'm excited to share with y'all this week. It is so good. Okay. Excuse me. All right, here we go. So, thank you to those of you who did turn in your weekly accomplishment sheet last week. So, Christy Strickland, Lisa Brinkley, Tracy Reynolds, Shay King Hanley, and Renee Wilson. Thank y'all so much for always being consistent and reporting your numbers, because number one, it helps me to lead you better, but number two, it helps keep you accountable, right? Like, you don't ever want to fill out your weekly accomplishments and like, like throughout the week, you're like, okay, I got to fill that out at the end of the week. So I need to make sure that I'm doing something, right? So it kind of helps to hold you accountable. Okay. Sorry, y'all. It's out of order. Okay. Queen of Sales. Are y'all ready? Okay. So Tracy Reynolds, $222 in sales. Lisa Brinkley with $234 in sales. Shay King Hanley with $238 in sales. I love that all three of y'all are just like neck and neck. And then our queen of sales last week is Renee Wilson with $602.41. Congratulations, Renee. I think this might be, is this your first time being queen or second? I don't know. You'll have to tell me. So exciting. Okay. Faces. I hope that y'all realize the person that has sold the most faces also sold the most product. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, so Christy Strickland had one new face last week. Shay King Hanley, one new face last week. Tracy Reynolds with 2 new faces. And Renee Wilson with 4 new faces. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, leads. We had Renee Wilson had 3 new leads last week. Christy Strickland with 6 new leads last week. And Tracy Reynolds with 9 new leads last week. All right, now bookings. We had Renee Wilson with 2 new bookings, Tracy Reynolds with 3 new bookings, and Christy Strickland with 4 new bookings. And I just have to tell y'all that Christy called me like part of the way through the week. What day was it, Christy? Wednesday or Thursday? And she was so mad. She was like, I am not getting any bookings. And so me and her talked through it. She was like, okay, I got this. And she sat down right after our phone call. She contacted 12 people, booked 2 of them. I mean, it was like so exciting. So anyways, I just thought that was worth sharing that happened and that you wound up being the queen. So congratulations, Christy. All right, Queen of Shares. Christy had 1 new share last week with a fabulous customer of hers that she works with. We had a great time doing that share call. All right, friends. So that is that. And then I also wanted to share with y'all a couple of other fun little recognition pieces. So congratulations to my mama, Dina Threlkeld. She's a brand new senior consultant. She has been a senior consultant in the past, and she is back in that position. So congratulations. And then we've got our pre-rise achievers. So Cindy Fiore and Tracy Reynolds have both achieved their pre-rise with Julia Burnett already. So congratulations for doing that, even just in the first week of the month. And then, of course, we have our own target stars. Okay, so star quarter ends on March the 15th. Okay, so y'all have a little ways to go before it needs to be done. But congratulations to Tracy Reynolds with only $440 left to finish out your star. Melissa Davis only has $11.96 left, and Shay King Hanley with $11.98 left. Y'all are like so within reach of finishing that out. All right, and then let's see. I also wanted to share our top 10 beauty consultants in the Court of Sales for our unit. So congratulations to Tracy Reynolds. She is our queen so far. Christy Strickland coming in second. Melissa Davis, Shay King Hanley, Lisa Brinkley, Alice Patterson, Marissa Hanson, Renee Wilson, Beth Allen, and Karen Patterson. Congratulations to y'all for your sales. You are always such rock stars. Okay, and last but not least, I wanted to share our goals for the month. So this has not been updated. It still says 0, but I'm going to tell y'all where we're at. So as a unit, our goal this month is 10,000 in production. That's wholesale production, 10,000. And then we are also working to get 10 new beauty consultants added to our unit. And so another big goal that we have is 3 red jackets for career conference. And that has to be done this month because when they pull reports, it has to be done in February. And so I'm really excited about that. We already have 2 red jackets in our unit, and I know that Tracy is also working to be in red jacket. Beth is working to be in her red jacket. Aaliyah has been working to be in her red jacket. So several of y'all are on track to finish that out, and we should be fine and dandy with our 3 red jackets. So congratulations to y'all for working for that. And then this is I wanted to update y'all. So our goal is 10,000 in production. Right now we're at a little over 2,000, I think. And then right now we don't have any new consultants, but I know that's going to change soon. So, all right. I think that's all of the recognition. That was a lot. So congratulations, y'all. Okay, let's talk about training really quick. So I'm not going to keep y'all too long with the training piece today. I just wanted to talk with y'all about something that has kind of just been on my heart a little bit. And it was something that I talked through with Christy last week. And it's just about the fact that sometimes you're going to get no's. And we get no's a lot. And I want y'all to be okay with that. And I want you to normalize that. Okay? Because here's the thing. Anytime that you are in business for yourself, you're going to feel a lot of rejection, and it's going to feel super personal because you have built this business and it's your business. It's very different from when you're working for somebody like, just let's say, for instance, you're working for a real estate firm and you have to cold call people for the real estate agent, but you're not the real estate agent, right? So when somebody tells you no, it's not personal, because they're actually saying no to the real estate agent. They're not saying no to you, right? And so, or insurance or whatever it might be that you have to call through people, or it's like cold calling, right? And so if they're saying no, they're just saying no to whatever, to whoever you're working for. They're not necessarily saying no to you personally. And so sometimes in Mary Kay, we can take no's very, very personally. And I want y'all to think about no's as just next opportunity. No just means next opportunity, because the truth is that a no, you're going to get more no's than you get yeses. That's just the truth of the matter. Okay. So there's a book called, I just thought about this earlier. So there's a book called Go for No. It's called Go for No. And I think it's for network marketing, I think is what it's something like that. And I can send y'all a picture of it. I have the book at home. I can send you a picture when I get home, but it's very good if you need kind of that perspective shift when it comes to getting no's. But another thing that I wanted to share with y'all is what's called rejection therapy. And I remember when I was a consultant, we used to do this thing. It was called, we called them the no bees. And they were literally little bumblebees that we would get, these tiny little bumblebees that we would get, and we would put them on our jackets. And we would literally have like this whole row of like bees on our jacket, these little tiny bumblebees on our jacket. We called them our no bees, but we had to get 10 no's a week to get our no bee. So we had to track the amount of no's that we got, not the amount of yeses that we got, not the amount of sales that we got, not the amount of recruits that we got, whatever. It was how many no's did you get this week, right? And so we had this thing, it was called rejection therapy. And I remember taking this and saying, okay, I'm going to do this. Like, I am going to do this sheet in a month. I'm going to go through this and do it in a month. And so I challenged myself in the month to get 100 no's. 100 no's. So if they said no to a facial, I would check here. If they said no to hosting a party, I would click here. And if they said no to an interview, I would check there. But I wanted to make sure I could get 100 no's that month. And so I would track it like a bulldog. And so it was like 25 a week. I'm going to get 25 no's this week, 25 no's, 25 no's. And I just tried it so hard. And y'all know what happened? I sold the most product I had ever sold. I recruited people. Why? Because I was so sold out on getting no's. And I was actually disappointed sometimes when people told me yes. Isn't that funny? Like, I would laugh when people told me yes. I was like, no, can't put a no on my thing, right? So anyways, here's my challenge to y'all this week. You're gonna get no's in your Mary Kay business. I want you, number one, I want you to normalize it. I want you to be okay with it. But number two, I want you to challenge yourself this week. So from today to next Monday, I want you to get 20 no's. I don't care what they say no to. You can go in and try to give somebody your business card. If they say no, then that's a no. Okay? You can ask a restaurant to put a facial box out. If they say no, check it off as a no. If you reach out to somebody to book them and they don't message you back, check it off as a no. Okay? Because the truth is, if they don't message you back, it's not necessarily a no, like I'm not ever doing it. But in that moment, you feel like they told you no, or you feel rejected, right? So give yourself some rejection therapy and check it off as a no. So see how many no's you can get this week. I want to know who can get the most no's this week. Who can get the most no's? That's my challenge to y'all. Okay? All right. I'm done. I know I ran my mouth a long time, but I'm done. So this is an every week thing, 3:00 on Mondays. Hopefully I can get it uploaded so that it will be like a consistent link that you can click. I kind of got to figure out all of the ins and outs of it this week because I am still trying to figure out technology a little bit in my life. But once I figure it out, I will let y'all know. But just know that on Mondays at 3:00, mark your calendars. It's something that you can watch or listen to on your way home from work or whatever it is. Or you can watch the playback, whatever. But I just highly, highly, highly encourage you to make sure that this is something that you're plugging into every week, whether you're watching the playback or watching it live. Okay, y'all. Have a great Monday. Bye.